47th edition of the National Convention of Company Secretaries, organized by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, was recently held in the Pink City, Jaipur. The theme this year was Empowering New India, Reform, Perform, Transform. The three-day convention witnessed the participation of various eminent personalities. The ball for this August congregation was set rolling by a welcome address.
One of the most awaited events of the year. During these 3 days, you all will get an opportunity to interact with new people. You all will have an opportunity to have new friends who are coming all the way from India. You all will be having an opportunity to explore the new possibilities to empower ourselves. The theme of this convention, Empowering New India, is in true sense, is all about the empowering the profession of company secretaries.
Who will empower the new India, the dream which we have created for ourselves? You, we, all of us can certainly together create this, imagine this, and then achieve this dream of new India. And that's how we came down to this conclusion, how we joined this reform, perform and transform. Because ultimately we as an institution need to have a debate here. We need to do this Chintan Manthan, have a positive churning of ideas, thoughts, so that we can then eventually make representation to central government, state governments, and eventually get the reforms done. That's how all the sub-themes are also designed in a manner. They are otherwise constituents of New India.
This is the perfect platform for developing new connections, searching for nationwide professional opportunities. It is also an event to fill our hearts with greater zeal, passion to fulfill our responsibilities with added vigor. We believe in the concept of Vasudev Kutumbakam. The whole world is my family, and for ICSI, each and every stakeholder is equally important.
Friends, the idea is not to run from the dynamic of ICSI, but to imbibe in our culture in a manner that it is supportive to the ultimate cause of the good governance, be it agenda management of the council, e-board meeting, DC portal, placement portal, knowledge portal, all initiative to embrace the technology at ICSI, and we are far ahead in this. Let's us all be future ready. Empowering New India, this is the theme of ICSI for today's conference. I urge all the members to be part of the growth story of New India. Let's join hands together to be one of the key contributors to the growth of Indian INC and empower New India.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी उस कार्यक्रम में आए थे और उन्होंने जिस तरह का जो संबोधन में कहा कि कॉर्पोरेट संस्कृति का वाहक है, उस अवधारणा में हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा काम करें, हमारी गुणवत्ता है उसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम धरातल पर लेकर आएं.
A souvenir of National Convention of Company Secretaries was released after the inaugural session. It contains several articles on various themes across the sector. Following this, a compendium titled 100 Landmark Judgments was also launched. The book sheds light on the prominent verdicts related to the IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, and their various interpretations. Later, an invigorative talk was given by Jasmine Khurana, in which she spoke at length about the generation gap.
3 generations. One adulting on real runs of friends, the other midlifing on Made in Heaven, and the third one rocking their golden ears on A Zindagi Gulzar Hai. One's definition of Gulzar could be dushwar for the other. One's sacred games could be unsacred for the other. The games, the gaps are real and are bound to be there. There is nothing like Made in Heaven, for our heavens and hells are here and with each other. So let's raise the 4 more shots for all. The cautions and concerns are not for one, but for all the 3 generations. Let our virtual identities not block out our real ones. Let our screen times not screen out our real relations.
Next in line was a session on the theme Startups, Modern Catalysts of Growth and Employment. The panelists dwelt upon how momentous a role various startups are playing in driving the growth engine of the country and what the future might be in store for the startups.
Now, the reality has really gone in a different paradigm. People know what is a startup. They respect. The businessmen, entrepreneurs also want to take pride that I am startup. And we have a full formal policy on that. So, if I take back to the olden days and to the days when Govind and all and his entire co-founding team was also the student batch and how they dwelled on this idea, and so that all of us can familiarize as to what is the journey of a startup. So on that aspect, I would like Vinod to start.
When we started our first, startup, of Wow Momos, so we were in the earlier college days. So we have got this idea that we should do something out of job, because I come from a very, Brahmin family. So it is important for us to do a job and think. So this thinking and this mindset, which is in the blood, takes time to go. Till now there is, but now the time has changed. To a larger extent, where now people have started, time has changed and startup has started coming, entrepreneurship has started coming.
There's an important role that startups have played over the last few years, and that role has not yet been completed. It's a direction that people are moving in. Even now, 80% of the startups in the country are from Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai. 15% are from Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai. Rest of the country accounts for 5%. But what has happened now is tier 2, tier 3 cities are gaining far more acceptance. Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Indore, these are cities which have been leading it.
Currently, the people who start an idea, prepare it, and then they sell it off. They sell it at a huge profit, they make a lot of money, and they think on another idea and start again on that. So it's not that they take this as a lifetime opportunity. They say, look, I've done this, now I take my benefit out of it, and let me see what more I can do.
Later in the day, a session was organized on the theme of leadership beyond gender. The renowned speakers talked about how women have been able to break the glass ceilings and leave their indelible mark in the industry.
Women's leadership is a vision thought to be embraced, claimed, and internalized by women. Just like, you have slight seismic shifts can cause earthquakes. Similarly, slight shifts in their thought space can reveal how women are much more capable of leading not only from the back, but from the front also. And leadership is about experience and thought.
One important issue in gender equality is the negative mindset which women have against themselves. I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of, discussions wherein they say women can't have it all. And a lot of time women have been saying this. Why can't you have it all? The technology is a good enabler. We can have it all. So I think the first aspect which we need to tackle is our own mindset.
जो बदलाव होता है अपनी सोच में, चाहे आप महिला हो, चाहे आप पुरुष हो, वो हमारे अंदर होता है. और इसीलिए कहना ज़रूरी है कि जब हम जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी या इनइक्विटी की बात करते हैं, तो हम कोई ऐसी बड़ी लड़ाई की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं कि विमेन वर्सेस मेन, भाई महिला लोग इधर, पुरुष लोग इधर. नहीं, ये हम सबका बराबर से कर्तव्य है. Men and women together, as friends, as partners, as collaborators, to fight the system which is feudal, which is patriarchal.
I believe, yes, leadership is beyond gender. We have got a major responsibility to shine out as outstanding role models.
Deepa Malik, a world-renowned para-athlete, took the audience through her journey of courage and fortitude. She emphasized upon how important resilience plays a role in shaping up one's future.
I went back to the doctors to put power in my upper body. They introduced me to hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy means you go in the water. When I went in the water, I realized I am not drowning. And when you're not drowning, it means you are swimming. So when I started swimming, I enrolled myself in the sports world. At the age of 36, I got an invitation to be at the nationals. People said, 36 years? 36 years mein kaun khelne jata hai? Opportunity knocks at your doors. Winners are those who know and have the courage to walk through that door. I went, I learned again how to participate in a competition. 1 hour, 3 strokes, 3 golds, 3 new records.
The hard work done by various entities was also recognized in the convention. An award ceremony was organized to felicitate the best regional councils, best study centers, along with best chapters. A session was organized on the theme of Next Generation Company Secretaries, in which the speakers elaborated on the emerging trends such as international financial services centers and emerging role of arbitration in the dispute resolution.
The sub-theme chosen for today's technical session, the 4th technical session, Next Gen CS, let's make unconvention. The convention is apt if you compare to that of the theme which has been provided. So to know what is unconventional, we need to first see the roots. We have to see the golden journey of our ICSI.
So I think if we look at today, most of the professional, whether company secretary or legal firms or the company secretary professional, we are more focused on the domestic services. But now I think the government of India has thrown opportunity for all of us to actually look at expand the business and expand our career into the international financial sector. And I think this actually provides a very good opportunity being in India and to provide the international financial services to the Indian companies as well as to the foreign companies.
The first of all is, professionalism. This is especially very important in the Indian context. Historically, the commercial world in India has traded upon personal relationships, and therefore there's a lot of, what do you say, a personal aspect to the professional engagement. This comes in the way of what I call professional way of doing it, which is to be objective, unbiased, fair, and leave aside your ego.
Continuing with the convention, a discussion was organized on the role played by the NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, benefits of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code in swift settlement of disputes.
2 months ago or 3 months ago, the Supreme Court designated 37 senior advocates. And I was passing through the cafeteria and somebody called for me and said, if this is the manner in which you will create senior advocates, what will happen? My only response was, seniors will go to court and say, my colleague is not coming, please adjourn it, or please keep it for some other day. So don't worry about that part. I'm sure each one of us, whether you are a company secretary, whether I'm a lawyer, we have contributed, we will contribute. And the best part today in every profession, more so in your company secretaries, is that there is a commitment, there's a passion with the court, there's a passion with the NCLT, there's a passion with the NCALT, and there's a passion with the High Court and the Supreme Court to ensure at least Companies Act and the insolvency law does not suffer the same infirmities or same way does not go down the drain as we had SICA or other institutes.
Instead of simply depending upon some internet article or something, or simply by picking up one para from the judgment and come before court of law saying, this is my case, that will not work out, brothers. You have to understand what facts you have, what is the section of law saying. We don't know
what section is saying. What is the real purpose and object lying in the section? Unless we know, then it will become difficult and it will lead to confrontation and confusion.
George Bernard Shaw, when he talks about all progress is associated with questioning the existing. All unreasonable persons are torchbearer of growth. What is wisdom of yesterday? It has to be made irrelevant wisdom today so that the society will grow. I think probably take this into the spirit.
It's an exciting time to be a professional. There are so many different opportunities that are available for your profession. These include opportunities created by a statute, regulation, and some of the evolving aspects of law. You have opportunities where you can participate as a corporate advisor, as a corporate professional, dealing with compliances, and there are certain opportunities that have opened up because of the evolutionary aspects of law as far as IBC is concerned and the Companies Act.
Our approach is concerned, we follow NCLT rules 2016 as far as the company law matters is concerned, and as far as IB matters are concerned, we go by IB Application and Adjudication Authority Rules 2016 coupled with the provisions of IBC and the rules and regulations made thereunder. As far as the company law is concerned, company law provisions and the rules and regulations made thereunder, as well as NCLT rules.
During the valedictory session, several experts shared their views on the role of company secretaries and how they can swiftly help in attaining the goals of the statutes.
Many times people are telling me today, especially in ICSI, that every day Ministry of Companies Affairs is coming out with newer and newer regulations. Stock Exchange is coming with newer regulations. SEBI is coming with newer regulations. How will we go? What will we do? And I have two advice. One is, if it doesn't change, then the company secretaries will not be required. Everything will be automated. Because it is changing, you are required to interpret, understand, and do things. Second thing, which is more important, which you have to tell your management, that compliance is costly. So every company will have to do maximum compliance.
भारत सरकार ने 1850 ऐसे फर्जी एनजीओ जिनके आधार पर एक बड़ी लूट देश में होती थी, वो बंद कर दिए और सीएस की एक मजबूत भूमिका के कारण ऐसी फर्जी कंपनियों को भी पलायन करना पड़ा जो देश को खोखला कर रही थी। इसलिए मैं आपकी भूमिका को ज्यादा प्रबल और प्रभावी मानता हूं।
All the professionals present here who are omnipresent in every company, like the custodian of truth, like soul in the body, the company secretaries.
I want to quote a couplet from Shivmangal Singh Sumanji, and this is very apt at this moment. सांसों की अवलंबित काया जब चलते चलते चूर हुई, दो स्नेह शब्द मिल गए, मिली नई स्फूर्ति, थकावट दूर हुई, पथ पर पहचाने छूट गए, पर साथ चल रही याद, जिस जिस पथ पर स्नेह मिला, हर उस राही को धन्यवाद। सो आपका आभार, आपका धन्यवाद इस कन्वेंशन को मेमोरेबल बनाने के लिए और सक्सेसफुल बनाने के लिए।
The curtain drew on the insightful convention with the promise to meet another year and a pledge to make the company law more accessible to the various stakeholders.